Yeah, boom to the hey, all you sports fans out there in the tubosphere, to you, the individuals, part of the collective. Welcome to Fast Track Sports Track Highlights here on Talk Radio version of the OMSR. I'm your brief but concise host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Throw. Talking briefly, second half, and just talking, mind you, the clips are way longer. Tennessee and Wichita State. Alright, so just a reminder, sponsor of this show is the DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, covers a fair use standard, minimal use, and derivatives. So all the video highlights courtesy to ESPN, the respective universities, and the NCAA. Everything else, over here to the OMSR. Alright, so I showed a little bit from the beginning, but it's mostly the second half. It's always mostly from the second half in college basketball. But this is sort of a rematch, revenge, grudge match. Because they did meet last year. So it was a home and home type contract between the two schools. And the thing about why I rely on the on-site commentator team to bring us first half highlights is there's just not enough time. Again, the DMCA being a great sponsor and all, there's just not enough time to cover both halves. Even from a 3-hour game. Minimal use means like itty bitty rinky dinky, single digit minutes. So try to capture the best vignette to give you the sense of the game, how it was, how it evolved. If I had to do these 10 different times, it would come out to be a slightly different 10 different vignettes. But this one came out pretty good. From second half to, say, like the 16-minute, then the under 12, then the under 9, and so forth. All right. Thanks for watching. No silly DUIs while you're out there. Roll clips.
Teams have built themselves on. For Tennessee, it is a tougher breed this year that they hang their hat on. Conzo Martin is a tough dude himself, and he wants his guys to play a very physical style of basketball today, especially on the boards. They are pounding people on the boards. And for Wichita State, I think there were 20 teams as talented as Wichita State last year on their run to the Final Four, but no one played tougher, no one was stronger, no one was more together. Play Angry Place. Has not water been placed outside the arena today? It has been named Play Angry Place for this 1 week. That's who Wichita State is. Two teams that absolutely, their building block is strength.
If they go 10-0 with a win today, they might keep that sign up a little bit longer. Here's a look at the starting lineups for the respective teams. For the Volunteers, the transfer Antonio Barton, McCray, and Richardson in the backcourt. Deron Mayman back this year after sitting out last season, and Jarnell Stokes in the front court for the Balls. Meanwhile, for the Shockers, Fred Van Vliet, the primary ball handler, Cale Cotton in the backcourt along with Ron Baker. We'll have to keep an eye on how he moves early. And welcome back, everyone, to Jimmy V Week for Cancer Research on ESPN as we continue our commitment to the V Foundation and Jim Valvano's dream to defeat cancer. Here at the Intrust Bank Arena, the fourth meeting all time between Tennessee and Wichita State. Mark Jones alongside Jimmy Dykes. Jimmy, coming into this game, if you had told me that Tennessee would have a 1-point lead at the break and Jarnell Stokes, maybe their most dynamic player in some sense, hadn't scored a point, I'd say no way. But that's the situation.
On the road against Wichita State, and this is a ball game right now where nothing's being given on either side. So comforting as a coach when you know with 100% confidence that your guys are going to compete, and both these clubs have. There have been a lot of tough man baskets around the rim in this ball game. You're going to have to make a lot of these sprint-type plays to finish this thing off, no matter if you're Tennessee or Wichita State. Which team can continue to deliver body blows, go through contact, and score is huge. I've been very impressed how both teams have defended their tails off without fouling. Tennessee got the free throw strike 9 times. Wichita State only got there twice. To defend this well without fouling, and not a lot of teams in the country that can do it like these two clubs have.
Really speaks to the great coaching staffs on both sides tonight. Both teams scouted each other well. Conzo Martin with his special black ops unit. As Stokes gets blocked underneath. Darius Carter getting the start here in the second half for the Shockers. Made the play defensively. Here he is out top.
Stokes did not score in the first half. Martin tries to get him going in the second half, but again, the long arms bother Stokes around that basket.
Darius Carter with that nice block a moment ago. When you work out with and against LeBron James in the summertime, you kind of get attuned to making good defensive plays and offensive plays against a high level of competition. Let's look at the numbers from the first half. And Darius Carter, who is the cousin of Maverick Carter, the business manager slash friend, longtime friend of LeBron James, spends his summer in Miami working out with the best player in the NBA.
Tennessee won this game last year. Charnel Stokes only had 6 points in that game. And they may have to do it again without him producing.
That one out of bounds. Stokes had a good summer playing with USA Basketball's under-19 team that won the gold medal in the under-19 championships.
He and Maimon combined 1 out of 6 in the first half. They combined for 27 minutes. But it's been the perimeter play that has allowed Tennessee to have this lead on the road.
That foul against Josh Richardson. Early. Got that one to go. He just willed that one in.
He's really good off of 2 bounces. When he gets in a situation where he has to go to the 3rd and 4th bounce, not nearly as good.
Stokes fouled. Looks like they're going to try and go to Stokes to get him going a little bit here early in the second half. Foul against Darius Carter. Talking about a few moments ago. That's his second personal foul. Gray using that length and a nice finger roll.
Maybe the one guy that Wichita State doesn't have an answer for right now. Because he's 6'6", he can make those extended arm shots around the rim that Wichita State can't bother.
Tennessee regains the lead. Tenuous 1-point advantage right now. Here's Cotton. Carter posting up against Stokes. Baker off the cut and the layup. Baker with just his second field goal of the ball game. Knocked down an early 3. Hadn't been heard from offensively since. Stokes facing up on Carter. Richardson goes at Baker. Left it short. And Maimon there to clean up the mess. Ron Maimon with the bucket gives Tennessee a 1-point lead.
Only the 3rd offensive rebound in the game, right, for Tennessee. 2 in the first half, and they kill people on the board. Second best in the nation in that area.
Early with the 3. Way off. Stokes with the ball.
To Cale Cotton. 6'2" and bulldog tough, and he went up and just got it. And he comes right back at the other end. And you talk about a turn of events and a momentum play by one guy. Cale Cotton just did it.
Well, that's the type of play that turns ball games around in your favor.
Asked him before the ball game, Cale Cotton, did you play high school football? Ron Baker standing right beside him said, no, he wasn't tough enough. He is tough enough.
He was joking, right?
Absolutely, he was joking.
Evan Wessel comes into the ball game for the Shockers.
That was a huge play. As big of an individual back-to-back plays as I've seen all year, Cale Cotton just made.
Looking at that zone now. As the Shockers switch it up a little bit. Somebody's going to have to make a shot. Is it the freshman Thompson? And that's going to be
not a foul. That's incidental contact. Too many fouls being called this year.
And delivered it right at the belt buckle level. Another determined play by Cale Cotton.
And look at the numbers. Several times before, 4 previous times, Wichita State has started off the season 9-0. Last year, only to lose to Tennessee in Knoxville by 9.
Are you serious? That's all they could score back in the 20s? We've come a long way.
In the locker room prior to the game.
Not one time have we ever started 10-0. In the history of this program, you have an opportunity for a first today. 10-0, in 2 hours, you can be the first team ever at Wichita State to start 10-0. Okay, big time opportunity.
They're just 4.5 minutes away from making that history.
Darnell Stokes has to demand the basketball right now and score and get fouled, or at least get fouled and stop the clock and score. Stokes with just 5 points. Had to sit down because of the 4 fouls a moment ago. McCray launching a long three. Richardson found an opening for the putback. As soon as McCray started to rise into his jump shot, Richardson sprinted to the rim. Didn't wait to see if it was going to miss, anticipated that it would be.
Van Vliet on the drive.
Oh.
McCray with the rebound and the push. Knocked away by who else? Cotton everywhere. So Cale Cotton fouled by Hubs. You can't stop number 32 right now. A game from Baker, arguably their best player, and still defeat Tennessee, a very worthy and tough and talented opponent with this kind of performance.
Wichita State, they were 13th in the country as talented or more talented last year, but they fought their way to the Final Four. They're not as deep this year. The 1 through 4 positions for Wichita State can play with anybody and beat anybody in the country. The 5 spot has to continue to improve as Wichita State goes first.
And this one is cooked, glazed, and ready to be sliced. Wichita State, for the first time in school history, will start off its basketball season 10-0. With a 70-61 win against the Tennessee Volunteers, atoning for last year's defeat in Knoxville. That's our final, 70-61.